Hi! Welcome to another video of A Lotte Stamping Fun. My name is Lotte Noordzij. I am an independent demonstrator in the beautiful city of Rotterdam, which is located in the Netherlands. I work often with Melinda Mere and she lives in Hillegom, also in the Netherlands. Today we are participating in the global monthly video hub with about 8 demonstrators all over the world from a lot of different countries, and today's theme is feminine. So we had to make a feminine card or a feminine project, and I thought that this would be a neat project for you to share. Maybe you can even give it on Mother's Day, or now with the whole coronavirus spreading around the world, maybe you can give it to a caregiver or someone who's working really hard right now to make or to keep the world going. For this box I used the Parisian Blossoms Suite, which is located on page 14 in the mini catalog. It has a lot of beautiful stuff and a very feminine look. But I'm gonna recreate this one with the Ornate Garden Suite, which actually goes live today. But first I'm gonna show you what the box is and how you and what you need to make it. So it's a box with a slider, so I can take the slider off like that, and then I can open up the box, and when it opens it has 4 Ferrero Rochers in there. So we're going to make the box, we're going to make the slider, and then you will be able to recreate it yourself. All the measurements I'm going to mention in this video today will be in centimeters, but I have all the measurements also in inches. There will also be a tutorial of the box in centimeters, and I also have it in inches, and you can download it when you follow the link down below this video. So I'm going to show you how to do this. Don't forget to go to my colleagues from Australia, USA, France, Germany, and UK to see what they have made with the theme feminine. First, I'm gonna show you the Ornate Suite collection, what I'm gonna use right now to rebuild this beautiful box. This is the Ornate Garden Suite, and in Dutch it's called Siertuin Collectie. It has, like the Parisian Blossoms Suite, it has 2 stamp sets and 2 different dies. So you have a text stamp set, which has all kinds of different sayings in it, and it has these beautiful dies with it. We're going to use one of the dies of this set as well. I punched them out, or I cut them out for you so you can see them really good. Beautiful roses, different kind of flowers, a flower border and 2 different borders, and there are even 3 little flowers in there. This one comes in a bundle with the text stamp set, and this one is in Dutch, so maybe you cannot read it, and it has all kinds of thank you sayings in it. So I thought it was really appropriate for this one right now. The other stamp set that is also a bundle with dies is this one. It has beautiful flowers in it, borders, corner border, I think, a little flower like a daisy or gerbera, and here we have all kinds of small flowers, and these come with a lot of ornate layer dies, and it has 8 dies in it, so you can see all the dies that it has. It has the ones that have the borders, beautiful borders, and there are also 2 that actually cut little pieces from the paper. So that's really, and there's a large rectangle in there, which folds, fits in this one. So that is a beautiful and also very feminine set. With it comes also beautiful designer series paper, what we're going to use today as well. And I'll show you, these are the 6x6. I cut them into 6x6 because then I can show you easily, but the sheets come in 12x12. And they have all the very bright looking daisies in there and flowers. It's really nice. And then when I turn it around, it has, some of the paper have a gold foil on it. Beautiful. And these are also really great to color with our Stampin' blends. And this is just regular paper. It's beautiful, and they coordinate perfectly together. And last but not least, it also has a beautiful embossing folder with it. It's called the Ornate Floral Embossing Folder. And you can see, I hope you can see the depth of the flowers or the embossing. It's beautiful. I really like it. To decorate your projects, there is ribbon. It comes in a pack of 2. And one is the old olive and the other one is the terracotta one. Terracotta tile. Very nice ribbon. And there are also some gilded gems in 3 different sizes. So that is the whole suite. So you have a stamp set with sayings and dies as a bundle. You have the designer series paper. Another stamp set with the ornate layer ones, and then the embossing folder, the ribbon, and the gems. Okay, enough talking. Let's get started. Okay, so what you will need is the following. You will need a base piece for the box, which measures 21 centimeters by 17.5 centimeters. Then you need a piece of designer series paper, which measures 13 centimeters by 15.3 centimeters. Another piece of designer series paper, which measures 15.3 by 6.5 centimeters. Then you need 2 pieces of cardstock, which have a width of at least 3 centimeters and a length of at least 17 centimeters. And then a piece of cardstock which has the measurements of at least 3 centimeters and 11 centimeters. And a piece of ribbon, and I'm using the polka dot tulle ribbon. I think that will go really nicely with this, and that measures about 50 centimeters. Okay, so first we're going to make the box. I'm going to take out my stamping trimmer like this, and I will put my 21 centimeters up, all the way up to the edge of my stamping trimmer. So here's 21 centimeters. Now I'm gonna score it at 3.5 centimeters. And at 17.5 centimeters. So I have 2 score lines now. Here, one at 3.5 centimeters and one at 17.5 centimeters. Now I'm gonna turn my cardstock, and the 17.5 centimeters is on the top right now. And now I will score every 3.5 centimeters. So I will score at 3.5, at 7, at 10.5, and at 14 centimeters. So this is what I have scored so far. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to fold all the lines and burnish them. So I have a good view of where my score lines are. And then we can do some more scoring and some cutting. Now you can see I have my paper up with in the length. I'm gonna grab a scoring tool and on the left end I'm gonna score a line from let me start here first. So I'm gonna score a line from this score line till that score line. So I'm gonna make a triangle out of it. There you go. And I'm gonna do the same thing here. So from the second score line, I'll go down there. I'm going to do that on the opposite of the paper as well. So I'm going all the way in the left corner and I go from corner to corner. And then I take the second one and I'll go from corner to corner. And now I have this little pointy stuff here. So I can show you on the paper. So we just scored these two score lines. Now we're gonna score two lines over here. And I'm gonna do that at 1.5 centimeters. On the top, and I'm going to do that over here, over there, like that. And we only score the third and the last one. So I'm going from the second score line to the third score line, and from the fourth score line to the end. I'll show you on the paper. So we just went from the second score line to the third score line, and we scored this one. And then I went from the fourth score line to the end and we scored this one. I'm going to do the same thing on the other end. So I'm going to measure 1.5 centimeters from the score line. I'm going to do that here as well, 1.5 centimeters from the score line. And I'm just gonna score from the end till the first score line because I turned my paper, and then from the second score line to the third score line. So now we scored these two lines, as you can see. Last thing we need to do is one more score line, and we're going to put this one over here on the if you go to the triangles, the second triangle, you're going to measure 1.5 centimeters. Oh, 1.5 centimeters. And you measure 1.5 centimeters over here. And then you'll score. And you go only from the end to the first score line. and then from the score line to the end. Now all the scoring is done, and maybe it's good to grab a pencil and I will tell you what we are gonna cut. So this is gone, this will be gone, this will be gone, and that will be gone, this one and this one, this, and this. So this is how it's gonna look. Now I'm gonna get my multi-purpose cutting tool or my paper snips and I'm gonna cut. I will first cut from corner to corner. There we go. And it's easy to go now from corner to corner as well, like this. Then cut this one. And then cut all the ones that are going down. Just go straight. Don't make a little edge on it. Just go straight in. On the other side, you just go straight in again. And you go straight in on this score line. And on this score line. And now you cut this triangles. 1 and 2. Like this. And now we need to get rid of some of the excess of this one. So I'm going in like this and here. And I go in here. By the way, I'm using the thick Whisper White, which is thicker than the normal Whisper White. And it's very sturdy to create a box. Then you go in on this side and you will cut from this score line up until there. So you're gonna remove the little triangle and then cut this one in like that. So it becomes a little flap. Same here. Go in like that. Then take your scissors and cut all the way to the score line like that. Okay. So first of all, it's good to see if everything fits really nice if you put the box together. If it doesn't, then make sure you take off a little bit of an edge because the paper is thick. So I'm just gonna do small wedges in there, but I only do that on the smaller tabs. So only on the smaller tabs. A bit of the edges in. Oh, this one didn't work that nice. There we go. And we're going to do that on this side as well. So, and I will do one here, so it will fit nicely when I put the box together. And it has to go all the way to the corner, the little edge. So, to make sure you can open the box, it's handy to put a little finger hole in there. So I'm grabbing my 1-inch circle punch and I'm gonna punch. And I've also draw that on the picture, so you can do one here on the side where the 2 full triangles are still. Just eyeball the middle. That's okay. So now everything is cut and we can start gluing it together. I really like to use the tear and tape for boxes because it's very sturdy. First thing we're going to do is put some sticky strip or the tear and tape towards the edge of the little tabs that we have created. And I'm going to do that on the little flaps that go in. The good thing of this tape is that you can just tear it. So I put my finger at the edge and then tear it. I'm going to make 2 of these because then it's nice and sturdy. And the chocolates won't fall out. And on this side and one on this side. So now these are for the box. Now I'm going to do them for the lid. So I'm going to go in here and I will cut them. I will cut the edge of these because it has to go, of course, not over the, it doesn't have to go over the edge of this. It needs to be straight there. So there we go. Take 2 pieces and then cut this right along the lines. Now I'm going to put my box together. Let me check. This could be a little bit. I see now I have a better light that I didn't cut this really nice. So there we go. Okay, now we're going to take off the, first we're going to make sure that everything is nicely burnished and the sticky strip is going to stick, the tear and tape is going to stick like that. And also make sure that everything is nicely burnished so the box will be straight. Then I take your pick and get rid of the paper that's on top of the tear and tape. And I do that for now only on the 4 little tabs that create the box. Not on the tab that will create the lid yet. So okay. Now I'm going to make sure that I put the end of the paper all the way to the end of the box, so it goes there nice and smooth. And do it here and make it nice straight on these ends. Then I can just give it a little extra push with my bone folder. Then I'm folding in the second one like this and make sure again that it's nice and sturdy and all the way straight. There we go. And also this one I will make sure that it's burnished really well on both sides. Okay, now I like to put the lids together when I make boxes. I always like to put the whole box together with the content in it. So I'm gonna fill it up with my Ferreros. Make sure that all the little stickers are facing me. And now you can see how we're gonna close this box. It's gonna be closed like that. But it's always good to do it when you have everything in there, because it can be a little bit more, it maybe needs to be a little more wide, and you can still juggle a bit if you have not glued it yet. And apart from the rest. So it's always best to put a lid on, or glue your lid whenever it's full, and you can always just have, you still have a little bit of room to wiggle. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is close the box and put it a little bit together. I'm not burnishing it yet, just trying to get it like that, and then it will fold like this, and it fits. Yay, always good. Okay, so now I can just burnish with my bone folder the lid, the tabs of the lid. Make sure they go in like that, and so, and now I can just close the lid. So the box is ready, and it looks really nice. And when someone wants to, the recipient wants to open it, you can just put their thumb in there and then open it like this. What you could do, of course, is decorate also the inside of the lid, or maybe this, but make sure that if you put something here that you don't put it on with dimensionals, because otherwise your lid won't fit nicely. Okay, that's the box. Now I'm gonna create this little band around it. So I'm taking first my DSP, and I will do them separately. So first I'm gonna work this one around my my box, and I start on the back of my box. So this is the bottom. I will start and I will just walk it around a little bit like this, and then over here, and not too tight, because you have to be able to slide it again, to slide it on and off. So if you, it needs to slide on and off. So this is a little bit too tight. So what you're going to do is you can, with your fingers, you can just make it a little bit round like that. And then when it's done, you can always score them with your fingers, so make them more straight. So we take the back of the box like this, and we the bottom of the box, it's on the bottom of the box. Then you just work your way around, and finally you will glue this end to the bottom. So I'm going to put some sticky strip over there. Like this. And burnish it. Take it off, and then here's the bottom. Here's the bottom of the box, and then I'm gonna work it around. And now you will see that where the paper meets, and now we're still able to slide it. See? And now you can, if you want to, make them a little bit more straight by pressing them together. There you go. You have to make sure that if you do this, that the paper still slides off and on, that you will be able to put the little slider on. It's always a little bit of wiggling, but there you go. Okay. And then I'm gonna burnish them with my fingers so it follows the box. So this is number 1. Then I thought it would be nice to put this one around it because it's gives it a little bit of a pop. But I really would like to use one of the borders that are in the dies. So I took from the Ornate Builder dies. I took this one. I think it will look really nice to have that along. And I take 2 of the strips that I mentioned. These measure at least 17 centimeters in length, and I've made them about 3 centimeters width. I take them and put them through my cutting machine. I put the die on my magnetic plate, and I the die as much as possible towards the edge of the paper, and then second plate on top, and I run it through my cutting machine. And when you have done that, you will get 2 of these beautiful borders, and you will also have 2 of these. So you can even choose what you would like to put next to your paper. If you want to have this one next to it or this one. I think this one is more feminine, but I'm not going to throw this away because I can probably use it another time. But I really like these. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to stick a little bit of sticky strip or tear and tape towards the top of the borders on both of them, and then I will, it goes better. Okay, so first I'm gonna line this one up, and I want to make sure that I still see some of the little dots that are in there. So I'm gonna put it over there, and then this one I'm gonna try to line it up as good as I can with the other one, like this. You can't glue everything together, because if you're just if you glue it together and you will fold it, then the paper on top will need more room than the paper below. So what I always like to do is do the same thing as I did over here. I'm starting with my edge here and then walk it around. So, and then walk it around like this. And make sure that it still is able to fold. And then I will glue it on top. So now you see that I have paper going over here. And what I do now, I'm just gonna take some tear and tape and put it here as well. I only put the tape there. Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm gonna put it around again like this. So this one goes down here, then walk my way around with the designer paper and the borders. And then when it's all around, I'll just stick the paper to the cardstock. And then the paper has enough room to go around. And when you probably will see that the DSP needs more room than the cardstock. If I glue it all together, then it won't work. So just put a little bit of sticky strip below, then work your way around, and then at the end, when you have done it, then you stick the last. Okay, I'm gonna take this off. I can take this off. This one. So, okay, and I'm gonna put some sticky strip at the end, because, or tear and tape. I might be able to do it over here. It's maybe better. Make sure it will stay when I take off the paper. Oh. There we go. And again, I will work my way around. I'll look where the other one is, and I'll just go around like this and stick it together. There you go. And also this one, I will just burnish it with my fingers like that. Let me see. So now it looks really nice. And it looks really nice, I think. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to tie the ribbon. Yeah. I'm using the polka dot tulle ribbon because it has a really nice look, and it looks really transparent, and I thought that would be nice with this box because of the transparency of the borders as well. So, and then the last thing we need to do is put a little tag on it. There you go. Put a little tag on it. So what I'm gonna take is a piece of cardstock. Then I'm gonna grab my new Label Me Lovely punch. That one has a slit and a hole, and I'm gonna punch a hole in here like that, and then I am gonna run my label through the Big Shot. And when I have done that, I prepared that one. Oh, I see I didn't do the hole in there, so I'm gonna punch the hole in this one. It's better to do it before, because then you know you are exactly straight. Then you'll get, I did that with the Ornate layer dies, and I took the rectangle one. So this is the one that comes out of there. Now I'm gonna, because I thought it would be nice to have the gold coming back on this one, so I'm gonna heat emboss my text or my saying in gold. I use my embossing body to make sure that the embossing powder is going to stay everywhere except for where it doesn't have to go. And I'm going to take the long saying dankjewel, thank you, and I stamp it in Versamark. There you go. Then I will take my gold embossing powder And I need to close the box before I just hit it and it goes everywhere. And then I take my heat tool and we'll heat up my heat tool first. And then I'm gonna heat it. And you'll see the magic happen. It's nice and shiny now, so it's done. Dankjewel. Thank you very much. And I will grab a little bit of Whisper White Baker's Twine. Oh, I see a little spot that hasn't... Can you see that? There's a spot over there. That's not done yet. So, I need to... And it's good, we can go back and reheat it. And now you see it's all shiny as well. I'm gonna put a little tag on here. I just tie it with a knot and make sure it goes underneath. And I cut the ends of the baker's twine. There you go. And I will add some of the gems as well. Let me check. Maybe it's nice to do it like this. And I think I'm going to put one on the J. Like that. Yeah. Dankjewel. Okay, so this is the box that we created today with the Ornate Garden Suite or the Siertuin Collectie. I've made this box for you especially for the global monthly video hop that's going around. If you look down below in the box with the descriptions, there are a lot of links to other demonstrators who are participating in this global monthly video hop. There are demonstrators from the USA, from Australia, from Germany, from France, and from the UK, and from the Netherlands. That's me. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you want to order some of the stuff, you will find my contact information down below. If you really like this Ornate Garden Suite or the Siertuin Collectie, you can see all the information down below as well. It will link to the PDF where you can find all the different article or products that are in there. I will also make sure that there is in my blog there will be all the measurements in centimeters and in inches, and you will be able to download this tutorial in centimeters and in inches. I really hope that you liked this video. I had fun creating these products for you. Wishing you all the best. Stay inside. Stay safe, and then I hope to see you next month, and we can all say that the worst thing is over. Okay, thank you so much. Don't forget to go to all my colleagues to see their lovely feminine projects. Their links are down below in the description box. Don't forget to subscribe. You can do that down there below at the subscribe button or the abonneer button. And I will see you next time. Bye. Thanks.